for this session, you're just going to need your strap. And if you know that you're more comfortable using bolsters, cushions and that kind of thing, then grab those and have those handy too. So just finding an easy cross-legged position, whatever that means for you. So if you know that it's not that comfortable, you can always grab some cushions to put them under your knees. You can have the knees a little bit higher, just finding the position that feels okay for your body. Because I want you to be able to relax here. I don't want you to be holding and straining yourself. So an easy sit, find an easy sit. And we're just going to stay here and just take a few breaths. So a really big breath in and a long slow breath out. I'm going to do this a few times, so just kind of settling in to those deep breaths. Notice where your shoulders are. See if you can relax your shoulders away from your ears anymore. We tend to have them up. See if you can drop them down. Notice whether your rib cage is shifted forwards of your pelvis. See if you can bring those ribs back so they are directly above your pelvis. Nice. And on your next inhale, let's reach the arms up to the sky. And as you exhale, we're going to twist and just let those hands come down to the side. We're going to hold here for a couple of breaths. Big breath in again. And as you exhale, see if you can wring out any more twist here. One more breath. As you inhale this time, we're going to come back in through centre. We're going to reach the arms up to the sky. And we're going to exhale as we twist to the other side. Again, just letting your hands come down. And holding here for a couple of breaths. Let those shoulders relax. Bringing out that twist. One more breath. And you inhale again. Let's reach the arms up to the sky. Grow tall. And exhale, twist. And come down. Just again, hold in for a breath. Wringing out that twist. Can you exhale any more? Inhale, centre. Just reaching up and grow tall. And then exhale, twist. Again, just holding for a breath. Inhale, arms reach to the sky, come back in through centre and then just release those arms down and just give your shoulders a little roll there. If you cross legs, can you cross your legs over the other way? Just so that we're not always sitting in the same position the whole time. We're going to find an easy side bend this time. So we're going to inhale, reaching one arm up to the sky, the other hand's going to come to the floor, and then exhale over into that side bend. And again, let's hold here for a couple of breaths. Seeing if with the exhale you can go a little further. Trying to keep your sit bones anchored on the floor, reaching those fingertips away. On your next in-breath, let's come up, sweep the arms up, windmill over to the other side, and then exhale again, take it over. With your exhale, seeing if you can just get a little further. Let's go again on your inhale, coming up through centre, and exhale, take it over. Just holding for a couple of deep breaths. One more time, inhale up and over to the other side, and exhale. On your in-breath this time, just coming in through centre, releasing that arm down and rolling those shoulders again. Roll them a couple of times in each direction. And then we're going to find a nice easy child's pose. So make your way onto your knees. Taking your bottom back towards your heels and then reaching those arms forwards and just allow your body to relax down towards the floor. Again, once you're down here, you're just going to take those deep breaths. Trying to find that expansion of your rib cage. See if you can breathe into your back. Getting as much movement of the back of the ribs as possible here. Staying in child's pose, walking your hands over to one side so that we're getting a little bit more of a stretch down one side of the body. And again, as you breathe into that rib cage, you're going to get even more stretch down, that lengthened, stretched outside. Walking your hands in through centre, take them over to the other side. Again, same thing here, breathing into that lengthened side body, using the expansion of the rib cage to give you even more stretch, give you even more space. When you're ready, walk your hands back in through centre. Staying in that child's pose, we're going to find our thread the needle here. So we're going to take one hand, we're going to thread it under the other arm and twist around. So we're in that thread the needle but in a child's pose. Hold here. Doing exactly the same on the other side. So bring that hand back through and thread the other arm through this time. Again, twisting around. When you're ready, bring that hand back in through centre. And we're going to come up onto our hands and knees. We're going to bring our elbows down to the floor. And then keeping your bottom above your heels, can you reach your elbows a little bit further forward so you can already feel that you're stretching through your back and shoulders. Palms are facing down. And then I want you to imagine that you're pushing your elbows and your hands forwards and your bottom's kind of drawing back away from you so that you're creating that ski slope with your back. You can let your forehead rest down on the floor if it will reach. Pushing those elbows away, pulling your bottom in the opposite direction. Couple of breaths. From here we're going to come all the way down onto our front, so coming forwards and then all the way down. We're going to stay on our elbows, so let's just check that the elbows are under the shoulders, palms are facing down. Notice where your shoulder blades are, so let your shoulder blades kind of drop in towards each other and collapse into your shoulders, and then press your hands and your elbows into the floor to spread those shoulder blades wide in your back. Keep those shoulder blades nice and wide in your back. And then imagine that you're pulling your chest through your arms like you're trying to shine your chest on the sky. Can you hold here for a few breaths? Nice and active with those shoulders. Good job. And then we're going to come all the way down. Turn your head to one side and reach your arms out to a T position, palms face down. And just allow your shoulders to relax again here, so they may have snuck up around your chin. Let those shoulders drop away. And let's take some deep breaths here. Pressing into your hands, we're going to lift our head and just turn it to the other side. Allow your head to come back down, just so that you're looking the opposite way. And again, let's hold here. Good. All right, now from here I want you to take your hands behind your back and interlace your fingers. You can choose whether you want to bring your head into centre, rest your forehead, or keep it turned to one side, completely up to you. But interlace those fingers behind your back, and then can you squeeze your shoulder blades together? That will pick up the fronts of your shoulders probably away from the floor, and then just allow your shoulders to relax again. Do that again. Squeeze those shoulder blades together in your back, picking up the fronts of your shoulders. And then relax and allow them to come back down to the floor. Squeeze again and hold. Keep squeezing those shoulder blades this time. Can you lift your hands away from your bottom, reaching those arms as high as you can towards the sky, and just hold. And then release the hands down and release those shoulders down. Good job. Take those hands back out to that T position again, palms are facing down. Okay, so we're going to do, it's quite an intense shoulder stretch, so we're going to go really slowly with it, and if it doesn't feel right to you, come out of it. Let's all go the same way. So we're going to keep our left arm out to the side, and then bring your right hand in and place it quite close to your head. So like you're going to do a press up. Okay, and then we're going to roll onto that left shoulder. So we've got that right hand there for support. Press the right hand into the floor, kind of roll onto that left shoulder, and then let your right leg come up and over so that your right foot is planted on the floor behind your left leg. Yeah? So you're kind of just rolling onto that shoulder, and then if you're okay with that, just let your head relax down onto the floor, and we're just going to hold here and take some deep breaths. So this is really good for that left shoulder, but if it's too intense, you can roll away from it a little bit. We're just going to try and be as relaxed as we can here. I know it's a bit of a weird position to get into, feels a bit strange on your shoulder, I know. Good job. Alright, we're going to do the same on the other side. So we're going to bring that right leg back over, roll back onto your front, and we're just going to do the same on the other side. So the right arm is going to go out to a T, palm facing down. Left hand is again going to come in quite close to your face, kind of in that push-up position. And we're going to roll onto that right shoulder this time, letting that left leg come up. Sole of the foot's going to come down to the floor, and you can rest your head down on the floor if it feels okay for you. And then just hold here for a few breaths, and it might feel different on this side. And if you need to kind of roll forwards again to come off it a little bit, then do. See if you can take some deep breaths and just hold here. Good job. We're going to roll onto our front again. So let that left leg come up and over, roll back onto your front again. Both arms out to that T position again. Just pause there for a moment. And then let your hands float off the floor, maybe just an inch off the floor. And then can you reach the arms forwards to the front of your mat? And then sweep the arms out to the sides and down towards your hips. It's a little bit like a floor angel, but they're hovering off the floor. Arms are going to come around to the front of your mat. And then out to the sides and down towards your hips. One more time to the front, and then down towards your hips. Nice. And then just let those hands come around so that you can rest your forehead on your hands. Bring the hands in and rest your forehead down here. Good. We're going to find that inner thigh release position. So we're going to bend one knee and we're going to slide it out to the side. Once you've got that leg in position here, we're going to try and allow our pelvis to anchor itself back down into the floor. So if you've got one hip bone massively away from the floor, let's see if you can find a little bit more softness, a little bit more space to allow your pelvis to sink back down. But remember, we don't force anything. If it doesn't want to go, it is where it is right now, and that's good. So staying in this position here, we're going to multitask. We're going to do more than one thing at once. So we're going to keep that bent leg where it is, and that long leg, we're going to bend the knee and pull the heel towards the bottom. And then we're going to lengthen and reach that leg away. So we're just going to bend and straighten the straight leg. Nice and slow. And you can have your foot in that flex position, or pointed, or soft foot. In fact, try it in all positions and see which kind of feels like that's where it wants to be right now.
as you bring your heel towards your bottom this time, hold it in. And then can you reach back with one arm to grab your ankle to find that quad stretch? So we're pairing up the inner thigh release with a quad stretch here. If you're a bit tight, you can grab your strap and wrap it around your ankle. And if it's too much, having one leg doing one thing and one leg doing something else, you can just pick whichever of the two stretches you prefer and do that one instead. Taking some deep breaths, relax your jaw here. Good job. When you're ready, release that leg out long. The leg that's bent out to the side, we're going to also bring that one in, both legs out long, and then just gently rock your hips from side to side, just releasing any tension in your lower back. We're going to do the same on the other side, and if you need to come up and do a little child's pose to stretch out your back before you do the other side, then feel free. I'm just going to whiz around. We're going to again bend one knee out to the side when you're ready. Finding that inner thigh release position first. Allowing your body to settle. Trying to bring your pelvis back down towards the floor. And then when you're ready, we're going to start to bend and straighten the long leg. Nice and slow. Bend and straighten. And then as you bring your leg in this time, again we're going to reach the hand back, see if you can grab your ankle. And hold there, noticing if it's different this side to the other side. When you're ready, release that leg out long. Bring that bent leg back in. Again, rock your hips gently side to side. And then we are going to find that child's pose. So press yourself up and back into your child's pose. Reaching those arms forwards, and let's just hold here. When you're ready, we're going to come up onto all fours. And we're going to spread those fingers wide. We're going to point the thumbs towards each other and get those elbow pits forwards. And we're going to do our little shoulder circle. So if you think about your shoulder blades on your back, can you start to circle your shoulder blades? Can you reverse and circle the other way? Good. Alright, and then pausing there. So let's get those shoulder blades nice and wide, those elbow pits forwards again. And let's do our cat-cow from here. So you're going to tuck your bottom under. You're going to keep tucking that tailbone round in your back. Your head is the last thing to move. When you're ready, we're going to go the other way. Start with your bottom again, stick your bottom out. Rolling through your spine, imagine you're bringing your chest through your arms. Head is the last thing to move. Again, the other way, tuck your bum under. And we're going to go between these two positions. Just trying to get as much movement in our spine as we can. And then as you come through centre this time, we're going to take our bottom back towards our heels to find that child's pose one more time. Reach the arms forwards and allow your body to sink down here. We're going to make our way onto our back from there. So when you're ready, roll over onto your back. And then we're going to bring one knee in towards your chest. And we're going to reach the other leg out long. So we've got a little bit of opposition there. The leg that's out long, you're going to push out through your heel. And the leg that's drawn in towards you, you're going to pull it as deep into your chest as you can. Still focusing on those deep breaths. Do a little hot spot tension scan. So check your jaw, check your shoulders. See if you can find a little bit more softness. From here we're going to find that number 4 stretch position, so that long leg is going to slide in. The leg that you're holding on to, we're going to cross the ankle over your knee to find that number 4 position. Hold in here a few breaths. And then either choosing to keep that supporting leg anchored on the floor or floating that leg up, and you can hold behind that knee. Deepening that number 4 stretch if that feels okay. And remember, if you want to take it even deeper, then instead of holding behind that knee, you can reach around and hold the front of the shin just below your knee. Again, just deepening that number 4 stretch. If it's too much, take it back a notch. When you're ready, let that supporting leg come back down to the floor. Keeping that crossed over leg, we're going to roll to bring the sole of the foot down to the floor. Trying to keep your knee pointing up at the sky, don't let that knee flop towards you. And then can you roll your upper body back out into that T position with your palms facing up. Again, let's take some breath here. If this is too much, just go into your spine twist position, that's fine. Good, when you're ready, we're going to roll onto our back. So remember, you can always bend your elbows, press your elbows into the floor to give you a bit of support to come back up. We're going to do the same on the other side, so releasing those legs. The leg we've just been working, the leg that was crossed over, is going to lengthen out long this time, and you're going to bring your other knee into your chest. The leg that's out long, push out through your heel and draw this knee deep into your chest. Let's again hold here. Do your little tension hotspot scan. Good. And then again, we're going to find that number 4 stretch on the other side. So sliding the long leg back in, crossing your ankle over that knee to find that number 4 stretch. Again, choosing to either stay here or float the supporting leg up and hold behind that thigh. I always like to kind of take it a little bit slowly in each position first, checking how my body feels right now rather than jumping into kind of the deepest level of the stretch. Just easing your body in gently. And if it does feel okay and you want to take it that bit deeper, again, you can bring your hands around to the front to hold just below that knee, on the front of your shin, just deepen that stretch a little more. When you're ready, let that foot come back down to the floor, and again we're going to roll to bring the sole of the foot down. Get that knee pointing up to the sky, don't let it collapse, and then roll your upper body back out to find your T. A few breaths here. Good job. All right, we're going to roll onto our back again. Remember, you can bend those elbows to give you that little bit of support to come in, and then we're going to release that leg. We're going to find our cobbler stretch. So bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees roll out to the sides. Taking a moment here, roll your chest and your shoulders open. And then we're going to reach our arms up towards the sky. Interlace your fingers and turn your hands over to press your palms up. Keep pressing into those hands as you take the arms overhead towards the floor. Hold in there. When you're ready, bring the hands back up. Release your fingers, give your fingers a wriggle, stretch the fingers wide. Circle your wrists. And then circle the other way. And then gently pull in each finger in turn back to stretch out those fingers. Once you're happy that you've stretched all the fingers, give them a little wriggle again. And gently release the hands down. Holding in that cobbler position for just a couple more breaths. And then we're going to bring the knees back in towards each other. Pull your knees into your chest now, give your knees a little hug, and let's just rock gently side to side. One hand on the top of each knee, let's open the knees wide and just do some little knee and hip circles here just to release any tension that we're starting to get a little bit grippy through those hip flexors. Circle the other way as well. Good. Okay, we're going to make our way onto our knees to do some lunges next. So when you're ready, make your way onto your knees. And then we're going to step one leg forwards. And we're going to try and keep this front shin vertical. So you don't want to have that foot so close to you that your leg looks like that. So have that front shin nice and vertical. And then take a moment there to level out your hips. So we've not got one hip hitched up. And then we're going to do that slight tuck of the tailbone to bring your pelvis into a neutral position. And then all we're going to do is just rock gently forwards and backwards here so the pelvis stays as it is and just shift slightly forwards. Really opening out this back hip so it feels like quite a nice opening stretch here. And then we're going to shift forwards and hold it in that slightly forwards position so we can feel that hip is opening out. And we're going to bring our hands into that prayer position here. We're going to do a twist. So we're going to inhale, grow tall, and as you exhale, let's twist towards that bent knee first. Inhale as you come back in through centre, and exhale, let's twist the other way. Again, inhale, come in through centre, grow tall, and exhale, twist towards your bent knee. Inhale through centre, grow tall, and exhale, twist away. One more time to each side. Inhale, centre, exhale, twist. Inhale, centre, and exhale, twist. Good job. As you come in through centre this time, release the hands, release the leg, and let's find that on the same on the other side. So again, stepping that leg forwards. Taking a moment to make sure that foot isn't too close to you, and then level out your hips. Find that slight tuck of the tailbone to bring you into a neutral pelvis. And then again, let's just gently shift forwards and backwards here. Just easing into that lunge, easing into that stretch. And then we're going to do exactly the same. We're going to keep that forward position, so we've got that opening of that hip. We're going to bring our hands again into that prayer position. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, twist towards that bent leg. Inhale through centre, and exhale, twist to the other side. Again, inhale, centre, exhale, twist. In centre, exhale, twist. Really nice again. One more time. As you come in through centre this time, release the hands, release the leg, finding your child's pose again. So we're going to take our bottom back towards our heels and reach those arms forwards here. Sinking down now, getting deep into those hips. So I kind of like to play with that hip opening and then deep hip closing, deep hip flexion. So stay in this child's pose, but make sure there's enough space between your hands because we're going to travel forwards into that baby cobra position. On your next in-breath, come up, travel through all fours, start to lower your hips towards the floor as you lift your head and your chest towards the sky. As you exhale, go back into child's pose, taking your bottom back towards your heels, arms are reaching forwards. Inhale as you come forwards, finding that little baby cobra position. And then exhale, go back the other way. Moving with your breath, find the rhythm. And remember, we're not collapsing here, so as you come forwards, try and keep those nice wide shoulder blades. Don't let them just crash in towards your spine. And as you lower your hips towards the floor, don't just let them sag. Think about your abdominals supporting you. Everything is controlled. Let's do 2 more here. And as you go back into your child's pose this time, stay there. Good, when you're ready, coming up, we're going to go over onto our side next. So make your way over onto your side. And we're going to have our head propped in our hand. And we're going to have the knees bent. We're going to do our little clam series here. So we're going to keep the feet together. I'm going to keep the pelvis stacked. I'm going to open out that top knee and then just closing it down. And then again, open out, closing it down. Keep going. Really nice. Good, okay, we're going to keep the bottom leg bent and we're going to straighten the top leg out this time. Pushing out through that heel, we're going to lift and lower that long leg. Bring the leg all the way down to the floor. Lift and bring that leg all the way down to the floor. Can you get your toes to touch the floor? Lift and lower. Lift and lower. 2 more. We're going to take it into circles next, so bringing it to hip height and then let's circle that leg around, keep reaching. Can you reverse that circle, go the other way? Good job. And then bend that knee back in and lower that leg all the way down. We're going to do exactly the same on the other side, so when you're ready, just make your way over onto your other side. Same thing again, knees bent. Finding that clam first, so feet stay together, pelvis stays stacked, and we open out that top leg.
As you lower your leg down this time, I'm going to keep the bottom leg bent and again straighten the top leg out, reach out long, and we're going to lift and then lower. And again, can you bring your toes down to touch the floor? It gives you even more of a stretch. If you can't quite reach the floor, that's fine. See where you can get to. Good job. We're going to go into circles next. So hip height and circle that leg around. Can you reverse, go the other way? Nice. And then when you're ready, bend that leg back in. And lower that leg all the way down. Good, okay, so from here we're going to go onto our back and grab our strap to give those legs a little bit of a stretch out. So grab your strap and lie down. So placing one foot in your strap. And then you're going to have your other leg out long. You're going to push both heels away from you, giving length and space down the back of your leg. And pull the front of the foot towards you with the strap. So not only are we releasing tension down the back of the leg, you can probably feel it in your calf, you might feel it in your hamstring. But we're also working on the mobility of that ankle joint as well. By pulling the foot towards us, we're working on ankle mobility too. While you're here, check in with those hot spots again, see if you can relax your jaw. Couple more deep breaths here. And then if it feels okay for you, bring that leg across your body. Still pulling the front of the foot towards you, pressing that heel away. Bring that leg back into centre, slightly turn it out and take it out to the side. Bringing that leg back in, and we're just going to pop the strap onto the other side and do exactly the same. So pressing both heels away, both legs as straight as you can get them. Taking a moment here to check those hot spots again, so check your jaw, check your shoulders. Are you gripping through the front of your thigh? Can you soften through those quads? Again, if it feels okay, bring that leg across. Back in through centre, slightly turn it out and take it out to the side. Good, bringing that leg back in through centre again, releasing that strap. Lengthen your legs out long, reach your arms overhead and stretch from your fingertips to your toes, making yourself as long as you can. From here, let's take it into that crescent stretch, walking your feet to your right. And then walking your arms and upper body also to your right, lengthening out that left side. Stay there if you want to, or cross your left ankle over your right. With your right hand, you could grab that left wrist and just give it that little extra stretch. Focusing on your breathing again here.
you're ready, releasing your arms first, release those legs and walk your legs in through centre. Walking your legs to your left this time, arms up and overhead. Walk your arms and upper body also to your left. Stay there if that feels like that's enough for you right now. Or you can cross your right ankle over your left. And with your left hand, you can grab that right wrist and just give yourself that little extra stretch. Again, focus on your breath, finding that expansion of your rib cage. And then when you're ready, release those arms, walking your legs back in through centre. Bringing your knees into your chest now, give your knees a little hug and just rock gently side to side. Letting your feet come down to the floor, we're taking it into our windscreen wipers next, so take your feet wide to the edges of your mat, and then taking your arms back to that T position and allow your knees to roll gently to one side. Inhale through centre and take it over to the other side. Just going from one side to the other at your own pace. This feels good to you. As you come in through centre this time, bring those knees in towards each other, and again, give your knees a little hug. Making that movement bigger now, so we're going to rock side to side. Let your body go as far as it will each way. This time as you roll to one side, let your knees come all the way down to the floor. And then let's see if we can roll our upper body back out into that T position. Keeping your knees anchored on the floor, so don't let the knees lift. And find that T. Hold here for a few breaths. We're going to roll onto our back to do the same on the other side. So we're going to pick up that top knee first, then pick up the bottom knee, coming in through centre and over to the other side. Again, let your knees come all the way to the floor, and then roll your upper body out, finding that T position again, keeping those knees anchored down on the floor, and hold here. Roll onto our back again, picking up that top knee first. Let the top knee come up to roll you onto your back. We're going to straighten out the right leg and lengthen your left leg out long on the floor. We're going to keep that right leg out long. We're going to roll all the way over onto your left side, bringing that right leg down to touch the floor. And again, rolling your upper body out into that T position, holding here. We're going to find this on the other side. So you can lift that long leg back into centre, or you can bend it in if you need to. But either way, make your way back in through centre. One leg out long, one leg up towards the sky, and then switch. Same on the other side. So left leg this time is going to roll all the way over to come down to the floor on your right side. And then we're going to reach and open out our upper body back to find that T position as best we can on this side. Hold here. When you're ready, come back onto your back again, nice and safe, and then bring those knees into your chest. Rock gently side to side. We're going to make our way up to seated now, so take your time. But when you feel ready, come on up to find a wide leg seated position. Now if you need to sit on a cushion or a block or something to make you feel more comfortable, then please do. We're going to bring our hands down towards the floor. And we're just going to move around here a little bit. So can you just move gently side to side, just getting into those hip creases. How about if we take this into a side bend? So one hand down to the floor, other arm's going to reach to the sky and take it over into that side bend. Inhale to come up, windmill the arms and take it over to the other side. Again, let's just go gently from one side to the other. One more to each side. And as you come up this time, release the arms. Let's find that cobbler position with those legs here. So bring the soles of the feet together, knees out to the side. And again, let's just do a little bit of movement here, just getting into those hips. You could do some little body circles here just to get some movement there, just to stop your body from gripping and holding on. So we're just getting a little bit of movement here. And this time we're going to take it into a twist. So we're going to inhale, grow tall, and exhale to twist to one side. Inhale through centre and exhale, twist. Again, inhale, centre, exhale, twist. One more to each side. And as you come in through centre this time, we're going to lengthen the legs out long. I'm going to turn sideways. So those legs are out long in front of you now. And again, we're going to move around. We're going to lean forwards. We're going to shift side to side. Can you push out through your heels, pull the front of the foot towards you, lengthening out the back of your legs. Can you start to drape your body forwards over your legs? You can hold on to wherever you can reach, to the floor, to your legs, to your toes if you can reach, and allow your head to hang here. Let's take some deep breaths here. When you're ready, slowly come back up to seated. Let your legs come about hip width apart and just roll those legs in and out a little bit. You can lean back on your arms now, give you a little bit of support, and let's do some little ankle circles. Can you go the other way? How about can you point and flex your feet? Just give them a little wriggle, give them a little wave. So we're going to just do a little bit of shoulders to finish off. So find a comfortable position for you, or however that may be. Feel free again to bolster if you need to. And all we're going to do now is roll those shoulders. And go the other way. Gently turn your head from one side to the other. Coming in through centre, let's drop one ear down towards your shoulder and stay there. Let those shoulders relax down. Other side, up and over. Drop your ear to your shoulder, let your shoulders relax. Go back to that first side again, and then let's gently lift the opposite shoulder and then draw it down. Lift the shoulder. Draw it down. One more time. Other side. Lifting and pulling that shoulder down. And when you're ready, bring your head back in through centre. You are all finished. I hope that you enjoyed that, and I hope that you feel really good. Thank you.